Ready?
I'm ready. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another conversation with Jason Justin. Today we are joined by Darcy. Darcy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jason. How are you doing, darling?
I am great. I don't even know where to start this interview because literally you're everywhere. There's music, there's cryptocurrency, which I did not know about until I watched Roger live on Facebook a few minutes ago, and modeling, movies. Like, you are doing it all. But so I guess I'll start at the more obvious question is, and when you were growing up, what's the first movie or TV show you remember watching? And like, that's what I want to do.
Oh, well, I mean, God, the first movie, and God, there's so many movies. That's so hard.
Like the one that made you say, I want to be an actress.
Let's see. Well, it's really, I can't really say it was a movie that did that. It was mostly, I was in theater when I was a kid, and I was kind of a big ham. But I got to tell you, Wonder Woman is my gal. When I was a little kid, it's funny because like all my fans send me Wonder Woman stuff. Oh, actually, Justin, you'd appreciate this. Look, I got Star Wars. I got a Star Wars.
Hey, how about that? That's sweet.
I got a Star Wars bubble blower. But no, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to that. Like, I was big into Wonder Woman comics. I thought Wonder Woman was just the bomb.com. And so I've just always, wanted to be like, oh, Wonder Woman. I actually really wanted to get in action movies and stuff, and just do stuff like that. But pretty much I would just say that mainly because I just love to watch movies. I love to watch TV shows. But it's really comedy that's always been my thing. Like I love watching Lucille Ball, even, as I was growing up. I mean, she's just always been funny. Her shows are timeless and stuff. I mean, I know it's not a movie, but it's just, there's so many people, because like, if people ask me what my favorite show is, like I kind of say Rudy. You ever seen the movie Rudy?
Oh yeah.
Notre Dame.
Rudy and Joy with I can't from the Hunger Games.
Sure.
From the Hunger Games.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. That's Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh
right?
yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
I just love the interaction. No, you're right. Yeah,
I was like, no, Jennifer Lopez wasn't it. No, you didn't say that. No, Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, those movies really made an impact on me. And Remember the Titans, but Rudy really hit a special chord with me, because I kind of felt like I was watching myself, because I've always kind of been the underdog. Mm-hmm. I always, go for the underdog. It's always like, when I was younger, it's like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I've always had to prove people wrong. So that's kind of been my MO my whole life, So it's just kind of a fight or flight, kind of movie. But that's the one movie. I mean, growing up, I watched Scooby-Doo. I had a schedule. I was like a big cartoon nut. I loved all kinds of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I like everything. So it's kind of hard to say one show, changed me. But I can tell Justin loves Star Wars. So I was big into Star Wars. I wanted to be the next Princess Leia. I think all girls wanted to be that, or Wonder Woman.
Sure.
Sure. You can be the next Princess Leia, because there's going to be Star Wars movies till the end of time, I think, now.
Oh, hey, I would love that. Anybody listening? All right, put me in. I'm ready. Before I die, okay? Come on, somebody. Well, the way things are going, though, I think kind of like how Adam Sandler has his own production company. He does his own movies with his friends and stuff. That's kind of where I see things going. Like when I watch movies, I'm very I have what's called an eagle eye in the industry. So I just can pick out things like that would be better. That would be, if we did it like that. I'm kind of like, the movie Psycho. The Psycho movie, the main. Just so you know, that's my assistant. I'm talking to her.
You're good. It's not Norman Bates, right? You're not talking about Bates.
Yeah,
right?
Norman Bates,
okay.
But Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
His wife was behind a lot of his success.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
People don't really realize that, but she's the one that made all his films better. So I just feel like I have this kind of thing where I look at movies and films and, hey, I just make the better. I talk to my friends. I've learned now to keep my mouth shut because a lot of my friends will be sitting out or I'll be having a meeting and I'll say, you should have done this or this. And the next thing I know, it's on television or it's being done. I'm like, hey, this would be a great reality show. I don't know why you guys don't do this. And then I see it, on television. I'm like, yeah, you took my advice. So like, I know my money. So hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. Let's get my commission check, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, what's y'all's favorite movie?
It's such a loaded question for me, but I would say Wizard of Oz is usually my go-to.
Oh God, yes, that's a great one.
If not Psycho, they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah. Wizard of Oz. That's a timeless movie. Absolutely, that's great. Okay. All right, what about you, Jason?
Well, mine leans into like the fantasy stuff. I like Lord of the Rings a lot. I really lean into the whole trilogy, like the original trilogy, rather than the Hobbit. But I'm a big fan.
You're gonna be excited, Justin, because I've got I'm actually working on a movie that's in the vein of like Lord of the Rings.
Well, then, as soon as you can tell me about it, I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Oh well, I don't want to hear about it then.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll put you on an NDA. We'll talk about it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's a really good movie. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Sorry, Justin, go ahead.
I just wondering, it shows like you grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. How was that like? And was it growing up there? Was it like the Las Vegas of the South even then? Like I just went there like 2 years ago and it was a madhouse. Like it was wild. It was fun.
It wasn't like that when I was living there. It was very different. It's definitely growing. A lot of other celebrities are, moving back. They have a house here. I did that for quite some time. I had a house in Nashville, and I do have a place there that I go to, but I can't keep up with it. So my mom's got to, kind of watch over it and take care of it. But I want to get like a full-time place there as well. Where I'm living there full time. And I would like, but I just have too much work here in Los Angeles. Sure. I'm just always here. And every time I'd be in Nashville, hey, there's this movie coming out and blah, 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 is going to be in it. They want to talk to you. And I'm like, well, when? Oh, tomorrow morning at 8. And I'm like in Nashville. And I'm
it's
like,
not practical.
I can't do that. I'm like, forget it. So I had to turn down a lot of opportunities at that point. So I was just like, I just got to stay here full time. And then it's kind of like the house there is more kind of a getaway. But I have, I have friends of mine that I let them live there, to get back on their feet and stuff. So
that's sweet.
I'm a good friend, man.
Yeah.
I'm a good friend.
So I agree.
Trying to help them out.
Doing this, Justin and I have become friends with a lot of people in LA, and we've been talking about it. Like I need to start going to LA twice a year or something because we do this, and there's like so many opportunities that we're missing out because we're not near LA.
It's true. I mean, it's true. It's just, the people the businesses that I run and the things that I do, it's just, this is the hub of where I'm at. I mean, and I have a lot of other people that, work from New York, and, they're very busy there. And they do their things there. But, I mean, California is just like, I love it. I don't know. It's just, it's in me. But then it's like, I'd like to get away and go to Nashville, hang out with my friends. And, I used to have these epic 4th of July parties, like 300 people would show up. I'd have a DJ. Sweet. I had food. I'd have beer, wine, I had hot girls, hot guys, the neighbors were invited. They'd bring their friends. I mean, it was just, and then we do fireworks. I mean, it was just a real huge thing. It was like something you see. Oh, that's a movie I love. 16 Candles.
Oh, that's a great movie.
That's a great, I'm a John Hughes nut. There you go. So it's like it was like the movie 16 Candles, and friends coming over and just trashing the house. Oh my God, the things that I found on my house. And that's too when you know who your friends are. Because, here out of 300 people, I had maybe 5-6 people that would stay the next day and help clean up. So, those are your true friends.
Right,
so,
right.
But, Nashville is booming. It's a huge music town. Like I said, there's a lot of people. I mean, Nicole Kidman lives there. And she travels back and forth, and you got Miley Cyrus, Carrie Underwood, obviously. But then, there's other people. There's hard rockers like Mark Slaughter from Slaughter. he's lives there. I heard, I think Kip Winger lives there. There's a lot of people that live there. The list goes on, and it's just, to me, it's kind of like, I'll say it like country LA. It's like but I do miss the people. I do miss, there's just a niceness. There's a sincerity that you don't really sometimes get here in Nashville.
Sure.
So, I mean, sorry.
Yeah,
in LA, there's just, it's a different kind of I don't know, vibe going on. That's the way I could say, but it's very nice here. And there are a lot of great people, but it's just like, people are always moving and shaking, and it's very, very fast here, to where when you go back to Nashville, it just slows down. It's just like, and there's so much to do here. There's just so much to do. So, I really do enjoy, living here. I'm very blessed to be around the people that, I've worked with, and the businesses that I run and help, do, and also the shows, the television shows and the movies that I've been in. So I'm very, very, very blessed, and I'm very thankful for those people in my life.
Yes, I want to talk about your recent movie, but first I want to ask, how did you become the crypto queen?
Oh gosh. Well, the people, I think. The people kind of name me that, but in regards to crypto, I've been actually following it for a few years now, and I've always been like looking at cryptos with like a utility, and I always like kind of listen to my gut on stuff. But I got involved with Tron. It was about a few years ago, and I believe that it's a long-term investment that and I looked at eCoin Finance, the one that I'm the CMO of right now, the same way. I know that a lot of people have gotten on meme coins, on and off, and have made a lot of money. But, I'd rather be involved with something that, has a utility and that people can use in the future. And so I kept doing my research and finding out, but I was in it. But I'll tell you, you guys want to write this down, everybody, listeners watching, is I tell everybody, if you really want to get in on it and really get excited, watch the movie Startup. It's on Netflix.
Oh, sure.
And it is really, really, it's mind opening. But, people don't realize, you guys, okay, do you guys ever buy anything from Amazon?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so basically, there's not any cash money being, hand to hand. It's all digital currency. So that's the same thing when I'm talking to people about crypto. I'm like, there's a lot of people that go into technical terms, which I can do, but I rather do it to where people can kind of understand it. Like that's what, even in business, when I'm talking to people, I'm talking to Fortune 500 people. I'm talking, to any kind of business on day to day, but I like to do it in an analogy way. So then it's like you have that, I get it. So, with digital currency, it's the way that things are changing is because, you have a bank, Jason, you have a bank, Justin, I have a bank. But the thing is that that's one bank. Okay. So that money can get hacked. It can get hacked, or, let's say you didn't pay your taxes. The government can come in and seize that. Mm-hmm. Or, something happens, and let's say you get framed for something, and then they're like, hey, we gotta freeze your money. And you're kind of like, oh God, I'm can't do anything now. With crypto, it's different. It's basically something to where you can, not worry about getting hacked, because there's, hundreds of thousands of computers that somebody would have to hack into. So it's basically unhackable. And, that's the thing that I really was like, the more and more I got in depth, the more and more I was like, wow. And I got to tell you, the crypto communities, they are like this. It's kind of like the mafia, man. You get in and they'll take care of you. They're like, nobody gonna mess with you. So I was like, that's very nice, to have somebody that, has your back, and that's sort of something I really like. I invested in eCoin. I believed in it. I promoted it to my, 7+ million followers. And, the founders saw me, that I knew my stuff. And, they invited me. They were like, hey, we would like for you to be the CMO, the chief marketing officer of eCoin. And I was like, I looked at, all their white papers. I research the company. And that's what I keep telling people. You have to research things. It's and sometimes I hear people they get a little bit upset because they're like, hey, Darcy, how do I know what to invest in, or how much money should I invest in? And some investors get kind of, from what I understand, I've actually everybody's been really good to me, but other people say, oh, people are getting, so upset and this and this. But one thing I have to tell everybody that's listening, and especially the crypto community, I mean, you have to gamble. It's kind of like when you go to Vegas. Do you guys go to Vegas?
Not often. I have, but I came back with less money.
Jason, have you gone to Vegas?
Oh yeah, I went to Vegas with like a couple $100, and I won a couple thousand in the first day. So my Vegas trip ended up being amazing.
That's amazing that you did that. But so I'm Jason. I'm going to use you how I would do it. Analogy speaking is that, Jason went with his friends, and then did you just like say, hey, this is my $200. This is it. This is what I'm going to gamble with.
Yeah.
You did? Okay. So see, that's smart. And that's what I tell everybody. It's got to be money that you go, hey, I'm taking it to Vegas. And if how much did you make, Jason?
I won $2,500.
Oh my God! What did you do? What did you play?
What was this top money, or I can't remember the name.
Was it a slot, or was it like a
slot machine? Slot machine.
Oh man!
Yeah, that's even more lucky. Slots are hard.
And then when I won that, I'm like, I can go to the shows. What do I want to see? Penn and Teller, and then this. And this.
That's sweet. Yeah, I paid for a vacation for sure.
There you go. Well, and so that's kind of the way it is, because he went in, when I go, I'm like him. I have an envelope. I put like a couple $100 in it, anywhere from like a couple hundred, like $200 to $500. I said, this is it. It's just kind of money that's gone for fun. So I'm just like, if I make more, great. But if I don't, okay, oh well. So you have to kind of have it in your head about that. So I just try to tell people, you invest your money, but you sit on it, you wait. It's kind of like, you're hatching an egg of a lot of money, like the golden egg, because there's different things. People call them diamond hands, or, paper hands, people that just kind of take it and they don't sit on it. I'm a diamond hand holder, which I sit on my investments and I want to see them flourish. So that's what I try to tell people. You've got to sit here and let that baby cook. Don't just like have cook go, hey, come on out. You can't do that. So, that's where some people, they don't understand. So I just kind of take them through baby steps, and I let them feel comfortable, because, there is a lot of technical terms. A lot of people can get confused and, not understand. And, hey, when I was starting out, I was just like, wow, there's a lot of lingo here. Mm-hmm. And, then trying to explain it to my mother, she's like, what is that? I don't understand, Darcy. Tell me, what was this? I'm supposed to hold this. And what's the wallet? What kind of, is that a real wallet? I mean, she just asked me some asinine questions. So I was just like, you know what? Just give me your money, Mom, and I'll handle it, so she was like, okay, but there was a guy, true story. He invested $8,000, in a cryptocurrency. And he is now, what is it, 5.2 or 5.4? $5.4 billion he's worth now.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. That's wild.
And I'm telling people, if you want to get into something, get into it now, because, it's kind of like being at the beginning of, can you imagine if all three of us got into Amazon when it was just starting out?
Yeah, it'd be wild. Yeah.
Justin have his own island named Star Wars. Jason, you'd have your own island, and I'd have my own island,
That's right.
I'd definitely be in California a lot more than I am.
Yeah. We'd be doing high five.
You can do wherever you want it, for however long you want to do.
Exactly.
So I want to shift us over to your book, Your Daily Dose of Inspiration, Humor, and Savage Wisdom. What made you decide to write a book?
People that know me, I'm kind of like, my motto always is sassy, classy, and badassy, but it's also inspirational. So I always try to, even, as I was growing up, I try to inspire people. I've always, my dad's a very jolly guy. I always tell people, I mean, he's just so funny. Even if, if he's in the hospital, he's always happy and stuff. And so, people nowadays, with everything going on in the world, they need inspiration. And, if you go to any bookstore, that's the most sold out section, is the inspirational section. So I've been doing that with fans. I've been, if anybody goes on my Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you see, I am always posting up inspirational stuff, funny stuff, and informative stuff. So what really hit home, and these are true stories, is that, there were several people written to me, and, one man, he was going through a divorce. His wife cheated on him. He felt like he was going to lose his kids. He's just like, financially, I'm not doing so well. And he was just like, I just want to give up. And, he basically was, committing suicide. And he says, I'm going to do it tonight. And I was just like, listen, we pretty much talked for like 3 hours, via Facebook for about 3 hours. And I just told him, listen, you need to start reading what I'm putting out. And I said, I'll send you stuff every day. And, personally to him, just to say, listen, life is more than what's going on around you. And I said, if it didn't work out, there's something better out there for you. You just gotta, you can't look at the moment for what it is right now, because, God has a purpose for everything. I'm a very spiritual person. I always put the man upstairs first, God, angels, family, business. But, I've been in some very dark times. I came from nothing. There was, abuse in my family. It was, I had a very rough upbringing and seen a lot of things that a lot of kids should not be seeing, and is very traumatic. So when the book, why I was putting all these inspirational things, I kept having people say, hey, you did save me from suicide, and then the man came back to me and he says, you know what, you talking to me, all the stuff that you're saying, he says, just please keep them coming. And he says, you need to write a book. And he just, he was like, you need to write a book. And then there was a couple other people. There was a girl, she was a teenager. She was getting taunted at school, bullying. She says, Darcy, I don't want to be here anymore. She says, I want to hang myself. And I'm like, oh my God. And I told her what I went through. I said, I went through bullying. So it's kind of like, there's nothing anybody that's gone through. Nobody. I mean, there is not one thing somebody can say that they've gone through that I have not gone through. And I think God just made me kind of, I'm kind of like a warrior chick. I've got like scars, you can't see them, but they're all scars all over me. Sure. And, I've just had to be tough and come out, I feel like I'm, have to have a voice to help people, before my time goes. I feel like that's what I was put on the earth to do. So, a lot of people that know my backstory, they're like, man, I can't believe you haven't killed yourself, or you haven't, gone to drugs, or, I can't believe you're successful. So I'm kind of the mentality. I'm like, if I've done it, then you better get off your ass and do it. I'm kind of like a coach, and so the book came about helping people from suicide and depression. And, then I started having people go, man, your inspirational message came today. And it just, it was like you were talking to me. So, it's 365 days. Here it is. And it's, you open it up, and it just every day. I tell people to write all over it. I said, every year, write a little something. Every day you can look at it. Like, let's see, what's today's date? Today is November. We're going to go 28th, right? It was 28. So today's is learning to make better decisions. So you read, it's the 29th, my Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
I was like, I'm not going to correct you right now because it's like one day not the other, but like, it's all good.
Let's just rewind that. Okay. I'm a little dyslexic here. All right. So November 29th, be around people. Be around people who lift you higher. So that's the motto for today. So then, it just talks about you can't expect to live a positive life if you hang around with negative people. So I would, I go into that. And then at the end, I have a Darcy's Daily to say, here's, something to work on. So every day it gives you something to, work on, build yourself, make yourself better. And that's all you can do because, let me give you an example. Justin, let's see. Are you the same person you were today 5 years ago?
Of course not. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, and Jason, are you the same person? Yeah. So that's how I tell people. I'm like, listen, everything now is just temporary. In 5 more years, you're going to laugh about this. I mean, I mean, I could tell y'all some stories, but it's like there was times where I didn't have hardly any money. I was like scraping up, food, like at the bottom of my car. We all know, you get the car, you get the change. I'm like trying to find change just to buy like a taco to eat, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to eat. So, you sit there and it really humbles you. And, that's what the book is all about. It's to inspire and say, hey, you can do it no matter, where you're at in life. You can be the best you can be and get better. I always tell people, if you're not trying to get better every day, if you're at the same spot, like I even noticed the newsletters I send out, they're better. I look at the ones when I first started out. It's kind of funny, but like the newsletters I send to fans each month, they keep evolving. So, especially, like with your show and everything, it's just going to keep evolving and getting better and better. And that's what the motto of the book is, just to make yourself awesome and, empower you. So
that's all you can do is,
it is.
Keep working at whatever you're uncomfortable with. Like 5 years ago, you said 5 years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation 5 years ago because I was so shy and very socially awkward.
Hey, I get it. I mean, when I was actually very, very shy, believe it or not. Like I used to be, and people used to run all over me so many years ago. And I get it. I used to not be able to stand up myself. Now I'm dealing with billionaires, A-list celebrities. And, sometimes I have to, take my lady, I call it my lady big, and kind of hit them in the head with it and say, all right, I may be blonde, but I'm not stupid. And so, but I'm very proud of you, Jason. I'm so proud of you. That's a big accomplishment. And, good for you. That's really, I mean, I'm very, very proud of you saying that. And see, that's something to be celebrated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, life has definitely changed. I'm so glad that I was able to overcome it, because since then I've talked to Burt Ward. I'm talking to you. I've become friends with Larry Hankin, who was on the show Friends, and in a bunch of John Hughes movies. And one of my greatest achievements is, speaking of John Hughes, were you a fan of John Candy?
Oh my God, are you kidding? I love John Candy. I mean, he is one of the great comedic he is amazing.
I reached out to his two kids, and I've interviewed both of them on the show. And his daughter, his daughter is him with a wig. Like she looks just like her father. It's so surreal. But yeah, no, it's been great.
What is she doing? What is she doing? Is she into the business or no?
Yeah, she does a lot of TV stuff. Her brother-in-law is actually Toby on This Is Us.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I don't watch that show. I'll have to watch it now.
Yeah, you should check it out if you like crying.
You like crying. You like to feel bad every night.
Let's
watch that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, women get hormonal every month. I do enough crying once a month. I don't know. But that's awesome. But that's great. And that's something to be really to look back and say, hey, now he's such a legend, and now his children are kind of doing his legacy too. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, he's one of the comedy greats. I mean, sure. Golly.
I was sitting down with a friend. I was trying to think of a John Candy movie that I didn't enjoy, at least for him. And I don't think
Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck was awesome. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Are you kidding? That's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I just finished Uncle Buck with my daughter. I had already seen it many times. She had never seen it. I think that's Macaulay Culkin's funnier movie. Like, I think Uncle Buck trumps Home Alone. Like, Culkin is so funny in that movie.
He really is. Well, I got to tell you, when my mom came up to visit me, what turned out to be a week's stay turned into 2.5 months. And she broke her tibia bone and had to get it. I mean, we had to take her to the emergency room. It was terrible. I mean, they had to put a steel rod in her leg. Mm-hmm. I mean, she looked like Frankenstein. I mean, when they got done with her, but actually it's healed nicely. It looks great now. But I tell you what, I mean, we all love our parents. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but it's like there's a certain point in time where you're just like, she would just annoy the crap out of me. And I love her. She's a very wonderful woman, but see, I'm her kid. So it doesn't matter if I'm like Elon Musk, if I'm the president of the United States, it does not matter. I could be the richest woman in the world. I could be like the A-listers of A-listers. She just does not care. She will be like, Darcy, I don't think you know what you're talking. Or Darcy, I don't like that. Or Darcy, yeah, no. Even though you bought that private plane, I don't think I don't like the inside of it. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm just being kind of funny here, but she would get on my nerves. So I was like, Mom, you're reminding me of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The mom. Well, yeah, the mom was the mom in that, or no? Throw Mama from a Train. That's what it was. Remember, it was like Alan. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
my mom would get. She's like, Darcy, I need my water, Darcy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna just take a brush and hit myself over the head.
I'm gonna clip just that part of this interview.
You got to do that. That's exactly how she was. I was just like, somebody. I mean, I'm not a big drinker, but I'm like, I'm gonna be drinking me some shots and wearing a helmet and just hitting my head against the cemented wall, because that's what it was like. I still hear it. Darcy! Remember? Yeah, I mean, oh God. But anyway. I had to get that off my chest. I'm sure I hope my mother doesn't see this interview, but if she does, Mom, I got you a lot of nice Christmas presents. Got you a lot of nice Christmas, so don't be mad.
I got to ask this question before we talk about the movie, which is where I was going to go. Has there been anybody that you've been starstruck meeting?
Starstruck. No, but I will tell you, not really. But I'll say I'm disappointed. I'm not going to name names, but I had a big crush growing up. Saw this person's movies and everything. So I was like, oh, oh my God, you know how you get. Everybody's had a crush, right? Mm-hmm. So Jason, Justin, y'all had crushes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a crush, and then when you meet them, and it's like, let's say, then they just have, I don't know, vomit breath, or they have like egg breath, and they just like hi, or they sound like a man but they're really a woman. I mean, it's very uncomfortable. He was not a nice person. He was not a good person. So it just kind of ruined, like, you're just kind of like, oh, that's what I was saying, starstruck, and I was just be like, oh my God. I love this person. I love them. And then just to see that they're like really negative and they're just like weird and kind of perverted, I just was like, that's really sad, Yeah. And from doing that, it kind of ruined all my dreams, like of anybody you want to meet. So, with fans of mine, I want them to have the image of, hey, she's even cooler in person. I really love her. So I go above and beyond for my fans, because dealing with that, it's just really like, it kind of traumatized me. So, and I worked with Chris Pratt, Nathan Fillion, Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, they're just people to me. I'm just like, hey, they're people. They're really, they're either really nice or they're not, but I don't really get starstruck. I mean, I would say that would have been the person, because he was such a crush, but I was very sad at that encounter. And, cause I was so excited, I found out, oh, I'm going to be working with this person, blah, 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 blah. And then for that to happen, that was a bummer. So everything.
Yeah, that sucks. I've been blessed so far that I've had positive experiences, even with people that I've heard are not positive experiences. I've had positive experiences with them. So
that's good. Well, it's like this. It's like, everybody else that I've worked with is nice. You get a couple bad apples. I mean, sure. I have dealt with some people, I'd rather go to, get a proctologist exam than deal with these people. But, mostly I've been very lucky to deal with a lot of great people, and I'd probably say I've had about maybe 3 bad encounters, with everybody that I've worked with, 3 bad people that I was like, but everybody else has been fabulous and great. And Nathan Fillion is awesome. I tell everybody, I mean, I love him. I think he's great. And Paul Johansson, the movie that I just worked on, Paul, is an absolute sweetheart. And I didn't even know, it was like, he's such a good actor, but I didn't even know he was in Van Helsing. I was watching it. I didn't even realize it was him in the new Van Helsing. He told me, he's like, yeah, I've been doing this. I've been working on Van Helsing. I said, you were in Van Helsing? I said, which part did you play? And he told me, and I was like, oh my God, that was you? And he's like, yeah. So he's a hustler, man.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Tell us about Secret Agent Dingeldorf and his trusty
dog Splat.
What a fun name!
Yeah. Well, it's a family movie. It is based on a popular kids book. So I didn't realize how popular it really was. It is popular, folks. It is popular, but it's a family film. So that means anybody of any age can watch it. I play the love interest of Agent 001, played by Paul Johansson. So my name's Anna, and I'm his love interest in the movie Paul. But here's the banner right here. Here's the movie poster.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, and all the kids were so great, so talented, and we had a great time. But everybody was so sweet. It has a really good message, and we've got Christmas is on coming up right now, and I'm even telling people. I told all my brothers, I said, hey, have your kids, watch it, and my dad he teaches Sunday school. So I said, Dad, at his church. So I said, Dad, tell them all to watch it. It's a really great movie. So it's on Amazon Prime. It's an Amazon movie. It's really great. So please, everybody watching it, give it 5 stars, because the movie, also one of the stars in the movie Tupac, which is the cute little dog that's in the movie, and he's a bulldog, but they basically sit here and they rescue help other bulldogs and charities. And then from the proceeds from the movie, they actually had a charity event, and, a lot of fans showed up. It was like a movie premiere, and, they were helping out for bulldogs that, need help. And it was just a really sweet, cute little movie. And so we had a really great time, and, it's a really good feel-good movie with a great message. So
awesome. That's great.
I'm telling everybody, go see it. There's a lot of bad stuff. I hate when I watch a movie. My sister, one year, a long time ago, this was a long time ago, and she hates it when I bring it up. She goes, don't bring it up in interviews, but too bad. Anyway, so, she was like, what is it? My assistant knows everything. What was that movie that I told you about? I was like, I cannot believe she wanted me to see this. It was that movie with Johnny Depp, and he's like, they're eating people in mud pies. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, yeah. So she wanted to see. She goes, "Oh, let's watch that on Christmas." I'm like, "I'm not watching that on Christmas." I said, "I don't know what the hell. What is they're eating people or something?" And she's like, "Oh, I think it'd be a good movie." And I'm like, "I am not watching that. It needs to be something positive. So we need to see positive stuff." So, we ended up, I think, the day after watching it, I was like, what kind of stuff is she smoking here? Well, she is absolutely out of her mind. It was like a downer movie. It's okay to watch it, but not on Christmas.
It's a good movie, but it's kind of a sad, it's definitely a downer movie.
Exactly. Sure. I'm like, man, she's like, what kind of Kool-Aid is she drinking? She's drinking some crazy Kool-Aid. And I told her that.
The Hallmark.
Yeah.
Exactly. I said, so that's the thing. Everybody listening, you need to watch something funny or happy. This is a feel-good movie. You can't, watch. I mean, I don't get it. I understand that there's movies out there where, they do those slasher things. I did see, there was a slasher movie that came out on Christmas, and it was like this, I can't even remember what it was, but it was actually a really good movie, but you don't want to watch it on Christmas. It was like this Christmas, I don't know, guy was, getting everybody.
Krampus, the monster?
Krampus, yes.
Yeah.
Look at you, Justin, you and I.
That's right.
We're vibing here on our films and TV shows. Yeah, it was actually entertaining, but not for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, isn't it? It's a folk tale.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Christmas folk.
Yeah. So I watched it. I was like, oh my God, this is some creepy stuff. I mean, and that's what I also tell. I have a lot of director friends, a lot of producer friends, and like we all talked about how John Hughes is one of my favorite directors. Like that's the kind of movies that I want to put out. With my production company that I've been forming, I want to put movies out that are like that are cool to watch, that have a good ending. I'm sick of these movies like, I want to be an artist and I want to put this movie out there, and I get to make it so like awful that then you leave and you want to just, jump off a bridge. I mean, why do I want to pay $20 and popcorn and all that? By the time you get done, you're like $50 in. Why the heck do I want to sit there watch a movie, and then leave wanting to like, jump off a bridge.
Existential
I'm
dread.
so depressed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, forget that. I mean, I will go to the movies to see Jurassic World. I love that. I love that. Chris Pratt did really good with that franchise. But it's just like adventure movie. I love the way The Rock's branding himself. He's doing a really great job of all the films that he's putting out. Ryan Reynolds is a hoot. Ryan and I kind of have the same kind of humor in a different way, but I like the way his sarcastic humor is. So
Ryan Reynolds is another guy. I love everything he's in, whether the movie is quality or not. He is always top notch in
exactly. You are absolutely right, Jason. So
He
it's
is
like
always
way back in Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place, all the way up to the Red Notice. He's fantastic.
Did you guys see the Red Notice?
Yeah, that was fun.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was a
fun.
cute little movie, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But
much
he's
charm
hilarious.
for 2 hours. Too much charm.
And I got to tell you, that commentary, it's just like people hear me and my sister talk. It's like that. My sister and I talk just like Ryan in real life, like The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. We'll be shopping somewhere, and people will hear us and they will laugh their butts off. And I'm like, I don't even know.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying.
I'm not. Yes.
Yeah.
People go, "You're really fun." I'm like, I am not funny. They're like, "Oh, the way you guys are talking is hilarious." But she's very sweet. But it's like Pinky in the Brain. That's kind of how we are. If you've ever seen that,
Sure.
Pinky in the Brain. She's so sweet and she can do no wrong. I mean, and I'm kind of the one that's the go-getter, she's so sweet. Yeah, she's just like, it's gonna be okay, everything's great, wonderful, la 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 la. Oh, this person isn't gonna kill us, and he's got a knife and he's coming. Like not everybody in the world is nice. She's like, oh, he's a nice homeless man. Oh, he's gonna.
This coming from the lady who wants to watch Sweeney Todd on Christmas. I feel like she should know that not everyone's nice.
Oh no! See, she's like, oh, they're not really killing people. The pies are delicious. They're not real people dying in there. I'm like, are you
pretty sure they pulled a tooth out of one?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, that's not real. She's like that. She's probably one of the most amazing people that I've ever met. She's definitely a sweetheart. My sister's, she's unbelievable. I wish there were more people like her. I tell her, I said, that's the reason why I'm not insane. I said, it's because at least you show me that there's good people in the world.
Darcy, I cannot thank you enough for spending time with us. Everybody that is watching or listening, jump on Amazon, order Darcy's Daily Dose of Inspiration. And then while you're at Amazon, right after you've ordered it, check out the movie Secret Agent Dingledorf and His Trusty Dog Splat. I am probably going to grab a copy of the book as well because it sounds great.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. Well, tell me what you think about it. And like I told you, write all over the book. And every day I try to tell people to get the book and do it with your family and your friends. It's kind of like a devotional. And it brings people together. I mean, not just because I wrote it. It's true because, I'm kind of a perfectionist because, my family will let me know if something I've done is not good. Trust me. I don't like this or this isn't good. So I'm constantly like, I got to make this perfect or else,
Right.
Somebody asked me who my top 5 interviews of the year were, and I think I got to rethink some things because this is definitely top. So thank you so much for joining us.
Me. Okay, here, look. It better be me because look, I'm going to be doing a bubble gun for you. Well, now it's not working.
No.
Obviously, because my sister.
The attempt was there, and that's all we care about, right?
Yeah. Well, plus too, I've got my Star Wars bubble.
Yeah, I mean, your A+ is my book. Yeah, Star Wars.
Well, thank you. Okay, well, I'm trying to pull out the stops.
You're doing great.
Here we go. Hey.
Why do you have that?
You'd be surprised. Here we go. We got it going.
Hey.
Darcy, where can everybody find you online?
Oh, shoot. What? I'm sorry, what?
I said, where can everybody find you online?
They can find me on Instagram, at Darcy Donavan, on Twitter, at Darcy Donavan, or at Facebook, it's official Darcy Donavan, and on YouTube, it's official Darcy Donavan. So just check me out. You can find me. We have a lot of fun. And I'm silly, I know, but
it's great.
All of the links are in the description, everybody. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Darcy, if you don't mind sticking around for just 1 second, we will chat with you guys later. Thank you.
And Jason and Justin, you all are spectacular. You're so sweet. And I really enjoyed this. This is one of my top interviews. So